So this building is called the Pimicikamak Wellness Centre, and that's in reference to Pimicikamak Cree Nation, which more people know as Cross Lake, but they call it Pimicikamak now. So we are 1JustCity at the Pimicikamak Wellness Centre.
Hi everyone, welcome to Hue at Home. We are on location with 1JustCity. I've got Josh Ward, Harvey Heather, and these guys are amazing. They're providing so much care and comfort for those that are homeless and looking for not only a hot meal, but just someone to talk to. 1JustCity, folks, you do so many things, Josh, but this is a brand new facility, only a little over a year. It's been functioning. What have you seen in this community since the doors opened?
We've been building and building quickly in the past year since our doors opened. We opened up to the public in April of last year, and at first, we'd have 20 or 30 people. And as the word has gotten out that we're here, and not only are we here, but that we're people that care, and that this is a safe place to be, and not a place where you're going to be mistreated or chased away. The numbers have grown. People learn this is a good place. And so we're now seeing consistently 150 plus per day coming through for meals, and more than that coming through for programs as well. So it's been busy.
Yes, no doubt. Harvey, for you, I know that you work now in development, but you started off as a volunteer. I know there's pride in volunteering, but this place is special.
It is special. The people here are just amazing. When I first started, you'd look at somebody and think, I know what they need, but it's usually wrong. And we have, preconceived notions about how they look or how they talk. But most of the folks are just great people. And it's really been a privilege to be able to work with them.
Oh, no doubt. Okay, so Josh, not only a hot meal, but you provide laundry services, there's shower services, of course, where people can feel safe and warm. But there are other programs that you offer.
Absolutely. So at the core, and what brings most people in through the door, is our hot meal program: showers, laundry, some basic needs items like warm winter wear and hygiene items and that sort of stuff. But what we really want to be doing is creating a safe place where people can belong, where they can find a refuge in all the chaos of this neighborhood and of their own lives. And so a lot of what we do is about trying to facilitate relationships. That's actually the biggest part of our work, I think. And so that happens in our lunch program, but it also happens in smaller group programs like art classes and yoga groups. Sometimes we do things like watch a Jets game together on the TV or whatever. Just smaller groups get people a chance to do things that might otherwise be out of their reach because of their life circumstances at this time. We also place a big focus on Indigenous cultural programming. If someone looked in our drop-in here on any given day, they would see 75-80% of the guests here are Indigenous. And we understand the historical and present reasons for that is not a coincidence. And so it's important for us to respond to that because that's who's here. And so a big focus of our work is providing access for Indigenous and non-Indigenous people in the neighborhood to engage with the culture. So we have people come in to lead sharing circles and beading groups. Right now, our coworker Borden, who's not here today, is leading a drumming and singing group. So giving people a chance to play a hand drum and learn to sing in Anishinaabe. We're making big plans in the summer to do a land-based learning activity or program over the summer where we'll take people out of this, this urban concrete environment and right back out into nature to do things like medicine picking and sweat lodges, fishing, canoeing, and also just being on the land, ideally in the presence of some kind of an elder or a teacher, really giving people a chance to reconnect with a culture that, for all kinds of reasons, they may not have easy access to anymore. Yeah.
Well, that is so incredible and so needed. Harvey, we talked about before, you'd mentioned we have preconceived ideas on who comes to a shelter or who needs a helping hand. The faces have changed dramatically. The world has changed. I guess, in your opinion, how has 1JustCity given that helping hand for those?
Well, I'd say, building on what Josh was saying, one of the big things is the relationships with people. We, in the summer, take a group of folks out to Birds Hill Park for a beach day. And one of the things we really found was when we asked for emergency contacts, many of them had no one, not a friend, family member, somebody they hang out with. So we realized what we have to do is really build a sense of community, and not just with us, the volunteers and the staff, but with each other. When I first started, you'd notice people sitting across from one another, barely even look at one another. And now through some of the programs that Josh mentioned, but also things like bingo and movies and other activities that we do, games, that people now are building relationships with each other. And that is so great, because when they're not here, what do? They go out into the streets, and now we're seeing a lot more of people hanging out together, supporting one another. The other day I talked to a fellow. He was saying that, hey, I found a jacket the other day. He said, oh, that's great. Is that helping you keep you warm? Oh, no, I didn't need it, so I gave it to somebody else. So we're seeing that people are not just looking after themselves, which you can understand why when they're, dealing with things like homelessness, when they're dealing with addictions, mental health. Often people turn inwards, but we're seeing that people are looking after each other, which is really great.
Oh, and that means that 1JustCity is doing what they set out to do. As community members, Josh, what can we do to make, well, obviously, hopefully not have any more organizations like 1JustCity, just like, hunger. But what can the community do now for you?
So there's a couple of ways. My first invitation to anyone who asks me that question is to come on down here for lunch. And that's an open invitation and a sincere one. And I'm not going to make you do dishes or ask you for a cash at the door or anything like that. But come sit in our drop-in and have a plate of food and sit with some of our guests and get to know them. And I say that first because I really believe that our relationship building, community building work is the most important thing that we do. And so come be a part of it and have a chance to interact in a positive way with people that maybe you otherwise don't have a chance to do that with. Come and sit and have a cup of coffee and hear someone's story and make them feel good too, that, oh, I've got someone to talk to. This is nice. I like this. And then see where it goes from there. That's my first invitation always, though. Aside from that, if people are looking for something more concrete, I understand, always looking for volunteers. We are a charitable organization. We do not receive core funding from any level of government, so donations are always helpful. We rely on them to keep our 3 sites running for sure.
Yeah. And for you, Harvey, the best part of your job?
Is the interaction with, both certainly our staff is great, but also the volunteers and the guests. We can't do without our great volunteers at all 3 sites. It always amazes me when I see, something maybe isn't going the way it should, and you think, oh, I missed this, and our volunteers just jump right in and help it, because all of us are focused on serving our guests. And that's the best part, is the people, for sure.
Well, be our guest. That is a slogan for 1JustCity. I want to thank you, Josh and Harvey, for taking the time. And I know that on behalf of myself and my camera crew, the Hue crew, it is an eye-opener. And it is wonderful to see that something like this, 1JustCity, is in our city and doing such great work. 621 Balmoral Street is the address. 1JustCity.ca is the website. And I might want to add, there is a big fundraiser coming up in June 21st.
That's right.
The garden tour.
Garden tour. The Urban Retreats Garden Tour is our biggest fundraiser of the year, every summer in June. This year it's going to be in St. James area. We have a number of different gardens picked out on the tour. You're going to see some beautiful gardens. We'll have a central location with tea and bannock and a craft sale. It's really a lovely day. I'm looking forward to it. And all of the funds raised there go to support the work of 1JustCity.
Perfect. Go to the website 1JustCity.ca. That is a wrap for Hue at Home, and we'll see you next time right here on Hue.